Here's a big hypothetical. This is a tough one, right? So this is going online. This is out
Okay.
there. Your kids are now 19, 20. They don't know what to do with their life. What would you say to them directly from now?
It's never too late. Like, um, I had to like transition at like 16, 17, which is a young age to figure. Like, this is the thing. We sort of like our kids go to school and they have to make these huge life decisions in their early mid teens where like their brains are being pumped full of like chemicals that they've never experienced before. Like how do you focus and make these life
Yeah,
decisions, like
yeah. And a lot of people are forcing you, aren't they? The
yeah,
schools, the system
yeah,
wants you to
and
know exactly what you
yeah,
should be
and
doing.
they're incentivized, like at least whenever I was in
Mm.
school, they're incentivized to get you to go to university because their big selling point was 90% of our pupils go to university, and what if that's not for me? And that happened to me. Like, I didn't really know what I needed to get comics, so then I had to pivot, and I was on the path to being a counselor. And the funny thing was, like, whenever I talk to people about wanting to be, this is when I was like choosing courses, and I wanted to be a comic artist. Like, but like, there's there's not a lot of money in comics. It's very hard to get into. You work for a long time for little money, and then eventually you might get a job. And then I was doing my postgrad in counselling. I was doing work experience um, in a psychology unit at a hospital, and I was talking to the counsellor one day, and we were sitting in this like drab, you know, council office, and he was like, and I worked hard, like I done all this voluntary work. I was doing like night shifts at on helplines and stuff, and started to get a little bit of work, and I was getting grants, and that would sort of sustain me for a year. And now I'm here,
Mm.
and I looked around and was like, I don't want any of this. But everything you said is what they told me about comics, and I want that. And so I pivoted, and like, so it wasn't easy, it didn't walk out. It was an overnight success. It was a hard grind, and like, God forgive me, my girlfriend had a lot of hard times of like I didn't have any work and stuff. And if I did do it again, I would do it differently. I wouldn't jump like I did. I encourage a lot of people now to like.
But would you be here though at this moment if you didn't? If you didn't
Exactly.
take, I think if you want some big rewards and you want to, in some ways you said it yourself, you kind of live in the dream, aren't you, right now?
Yeah.
And if you want to live the dream, you do have to take a risk. I don't
Yeah.
think I've met anyone yet that has managed to move forward with their life with the things that they want to do without the risk.
Without taking the risk.